85% contributed to the national growth. They should also take their initiative. So thank you, Mr. Afanali, for your valuable suggestions. And just for the information of our guests and of course our chief guests and the respective families, every time we have a discussion like this, we actually eventually form an outcome report to place it to the chief guest as well as the respective policymakers, all the persons concerned, whether it's the Ministry of Finance, whether it's the Ministry of any other Ministry of Commerce, or even the Ministry of Disaster Management and Relief. So at this point, we would like to hear from the private sector. I'm very happy actually because I was slightly worried that our General Manager of the Sustainable Finance Department of Bangladesh Bank, he wasn't able to join us because he had a very important meeting at the Bangladesh Bank. But however, he made his effort. He managed to show up in time right before his speech. So thank you, sir, for joining us despite your busy schedule. Now, I have only one question to you. It's just how can Bangladesh Bank work in institutionalizing this financing in disaster risk? You know, at the end of the day, the private sector will do its part, but how is Bangladesh Bank going to institutionalize it? And the only reason we say it is because for further private sector involvement in these kinds of disaster risk management. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. K.M. Milad, General Manager, Bangladesh Bank.
Thank you, Honorable Moderator, Chair, today's Honorable Chief of this event, the keynote speaker, panel discussants, and in front, my colleagues, my friends, and ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all. In fact, Bangladesh Bank, the Central Bank of Bangladesh, has been so passionate since 2008 onwards, because once you see the mainstream corporate social responsibility activities, that's very circular was issued in the year 2008, and the corporate social responsibility activities for the banks and financial institutions to address the distressed, helpless, community investment, the disaster management. And the moderator, the chair, he was talking about the Rana Plaza disaster. You see, the Rana Plaza, it was it's a 6 or 7 story building, and you see that there had been very risk assessment. That was very much there. And if you look at the 4th or 5th floor, the garments or textile, whatever it was there, all the credit risk assessment has been assessed. But still, the environmental and social risk assessment from that perspective were not addressed. You see that credit risk management, the credit risk management means the workforce, the management competence, the supply risk, the what is there, the building, everything was fine. But the building code, there is a problem in the building, so it was not addressed. So when it collapsed, and also the disaster came out that the topmost authority said that if you don't work for the day, it was a symbol that was alarming that it might fall down, it could be a real disaster. But it was said that the labor force has to work all the day, otherwise they will not going to have their wages. So that was the very mindset of the topmost authority. So once we talk about disaster management, once we talk about green management, the leadership should be a green one. It should be green governance. The leadership is very important. Once we see our Honorable Prime Minister, he is green-minded, inclination is there. Our Honorable Governor, Minister of Finance. But once we see that the green governance of the banking industry, all the banks are not going in the same pace, where the board management are very much inclined, their middle layer and lower management are very comfortable to run it, to fight it, to go with the green banking policy and the disaster management. Bangladesh Bank, since 2011, a policy guidelines for green banking, it was issued for the banks and financial institutions. Then thereafter, environmental risk management, it came out on 30th January 2011. Then a very comprehensive environmental and social risk management